Hi guys! It is Trixie Tutor here, and I know that I haven't made a video in quite a long time. It's just because I've been going through my own issues lately, and that I'm not even going to get into because it's pointless to get into. But the point of today's video is because I'm getting pissed off at literally everybody right now, and it's not just a specific few people, it's the entire fucking country right now, and I don't get why. Like, and it started Saturday, and I have to shut off my Xbox. Hang on a second. Okay, so it wasn't. I'm not even mad about the Christina Grimmie thing anymore. I'm still heartbroken about it. She was my age. I'm almost 22. I'm going to be 22 in a month and a month and 5 days. I'm going to be 22 in a month and 5 days. She was my age, and she was brutally murdered for we won't even know the true reason. And it pisses me off because she was so sweet and she was so genuine. She did not deserve that kind of treatment. She didn't deserve to die. And then the same motherfucking day, into 24 hours later, some asshole goes into a gay bar and it kills people. And the death total for that is still rising. Last time I checked, it was still 50 people. And it was rising. It's 50 plus people, whatever. Some asshole decides to do that all because he saw two guys kissing. And then yesterday, I go through and I post something about this, or I saw something that completely pissed me off. And it was on my Facebook. It wasn't on my Facebook page. It was on my actual Facebook profile. And it was talking about Finding Dory and how this, and it's supposed to be a joke. I completely respect that, whatever, but it's about Finding Dory and some dude saying, get your little kids out of the way, we've been waiting way too long for this, I'll push them out of the way so I can be the first to see this movie. I have a fucked up sense of humor. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I laugh at serial killer jokes. I laugh at the most fucked up things ever. And yeah, sometimes I'll go through and I'll laugh at rape jokes, even though rape isn't a joke. It's not even laughing at rape itself, it's laughing at like a rape meme or something, because it makes me laugh at how stupid people can be to go through and say something like that when it's not right. That's what makes me laugh when it comes to a serial killer thing, because it's not right. And it makes me laugh because people are so stupid. But when I went through and I posted that whole Finding Dory thing, almost everyone on my fucking Facebook exploded at me, saying, it's just a joke, it's just a joke, don't take it too seriously. Violence against any person is not a joke. It's not. And I'm sorry that I'm yelling, but I wanted to get that across. Violence against any person is not a joke. That is what pissed me off, because over the past 48 hours when I had posted that, an innocent woman got murdered and a gay bar got shot up by some dude who used homosexuality as a sin, as a motive to go through and kill people. Violence is not funny. Violence is very fucking serious. You do not make a joke, especially when it's directed at little kids. They deserve to see this movie more than we do. Why? Because we've already lived through Finding Nemo. We can wait. We've been waiting 13 years for this shit. We can wait longer. You don't need to push a little kid out of the way just to see a fucking movie. It's a movie. And one of the people on the page is like, well, if this was Harry Potter, would you find that funny? I'm like, no, actually, I wouldn't. My stance would not change. I've lived through the Harry Potter era. I'm super excited for The Cursed Child. I'm super excited for fantastical beasts and where to find them. I'm super excited for that. But it is time for the new generation to experience it without feeling like my generation and the generations before me are out to get them. They deserve to witness something without feeling threatened. Violence is very serious. And I don't like being a serious person. I don't. I like finding lighthearted things in everything. It's the fact of the fucking matter that I got called too serious for standing up for my beliefs. I don't think violence is funny. I don't think that post that I posted was funny. I miss the days where you could see memes of fucking Adam Sandler in one of his movies sitting around with a bunch of kids with the title saying, "Me while watching Finding Dory." Or, you know, a picture of little children and then an adult and then more little children saying, "Me when going to see Finding Dory." Not, "Oh, get your little kids out of the way. They don't deserve to see this movie. 90s babies deserve to see this movie because they can fucking remember it." If your kid can't stay quiet through a movie, chances are they shouldn't fucking be there. They're little kids. My stepsister was born in 2006. 3 years after Finding Nemo came out. 3 years. And she loved that movie. She loved it. She watched it every fucking day, and the DVD ended up getting scratched to hell because that's all she wanted to watch. She deserves to see that movie more than I do. Just because you weren't born in that generation does not mean that you don't deserve to see something. It doesn't. And it's fucking ridiculous. That is not something to joke about. And it never will be something to joke about. It's not fucking funny. I made it quite clear why I didn't find it funny. And everyone was like, "Well, now you're getting defensive." I've been defensive about this shit for a long fucking time. I'm just not vocal on it. If it's violence in general, I'm not okay with it. And the fact that I saw that shit during the whole Orlando shooting thing, and after Christina Grimmie was murdered, the fact that I saw it after that, I was more set off than I should be. Because violence is not funny. It's never going to be funny. It's not a joke. And another thing that is pissing me off is we're going through, and with this Orlando shooting thing, we're saying, "Oh, well, it's a terrorist act." No, it's a fucking hate crime. It is a hate crime because it was directed at the LGBTQ community. It was not directed and planned out by ISIS. It was just because he was an ISIS supporter, and just because he was Islamic, and just because he was Muslim. It was a fucking hate crime. And the fact that people won't fucking recognize that is ridiculous. Saying, "Oh, well, he was working with ISIS the whole time." If he was working with ISIS, this would have been planned out way longer. And he wouldn't have just decided, "Okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to target this specific building, the most popular building, and kill people." It would have been long planned out if it was a terroristic act. How do I know that? Because 9/11 was fucking planned out. We didn't fucking know about it, but it was fucking planned out. They knew exactly where they were going to direct those planes, and they fucking did it. It was planned out weeks and weeks beforehand. There is no fucking evidence that this murderer did that when he went and shot up this building. And I'm not even going to mention his name because he doesn't deserve that jurisdiction. He doesn't get praise for killing 50 plus people. My heart is with the victims, and my heart is with the victims' families. It's Society is just pissing me off. It's to the point where I am about this close to deactivating my Facebook because I post one thing and it turns into a huge political debate. And by huge, I mean huge. I went through and I posted something on Trump. Can't stand Trump. I think he's stupid. And one of my friends who's a Trump supporter, you know, I'm not going to judge him for being a Trump supporter. I'm not, because he's still a good person. He's still pretty cool. He goes through and he's turning my page into, or my comments into a political debate. Then another friend joins in and she's a Trump supporter and turning it in. And I'm just like, guys, stop it. I'm fucking tired of it. And why am I tired of it? Because we're acting like the Mexicans are the fucking problem. When they're not. They are coming to this country because we are supposed to be open and supportive. When in all reality, you know, every time we turn around, if somebody is Muslim or Islamic, they're a terrorist. If someone is an African American, they're a felon. If someone's a Mexican, they're a rapist and a drug dealer. And yet I have yet to fucking hear one bad word about the Caucasians. The Mexicans are coming to this country because we are supposed to be the land of the free. Because we can openly express our religion. You could be Buddhist, you could be Catholic, you could be Christian, you could be whatever the fuck you want to be, and nobody would give a shit. But as soon as fucking someone says, oh, I'm an atheist, or oh, I'm a Muslim, you're instantly targeted against. And the Mexicans are coming here because we're supposed to be supportive and we're supposed to be able to speak our minds without being targeted, and yet people aren't fucking realizing that we're all illegal immigrants. And my friend wasn't like, well, we were born here, so technically we have... No! We pushed the Native Americans out of their land and pushed them into a territory. They fought against it, and we killed them all. There are very few Native Americans left because of the treatment that we did towards them. We are all illegal immigrants. Just because we were born here does not mean that we are citizens of this country. If we want to fucking change the illegal immigrant problem, make citizenship easier to fucking gain. Because it's not easy. And that's just where I'm getting at right now. It's just like, stop being so hateful. You don't like the fact that you saw two gay men kissing. Don't go through and go to a bar and shoot up a bunch of gay people. Don't go through and target a beautiful young woman or a beautiful young man and go through and shoot them in public in front of their fans. Violence is no joking matter, people. Violence is not okay. The society is going to fucking hell. And it is no wonder that other countries are not afraid of us anymore. Because we are more screwed than they are. They are more accepting. They go through and, you know, other countries go through and give people free college and free healthcare and yada yada yada. And yet in this fucking country, we don't even get equal rights. We don't. You can go through and we can legalize gay marriage. And what happens? The LGBT community is still targeted against. We can go through and we can have equal rights for all races. And what happens? The Mexicans and the Mexicans and the Middle Easterners and the Asians and the black people, anyone who is not of white color can get discriminated against and be called racist terms, and nobody bats, and you know it's perfectly okay. Yet we go through and we call somebody a cracker. Oh, we're being racist. No, you're calling us niggas. Niggas! That's not acceptable! A cracker is not a derogatory term. Why? Because the white people came up with that term. Because white people used to be slaves long before they went through and they took my people out of their homeland in Africa, brought them over here, and enslaved them. And I know that I'm half white and I should be accepting of both sides of the spectrum, but I am more proud to be black at this point in time. Because it's just, white people don't go through as much shit as Mexicans and Indians and Middle Easterners and African Americans do. And you may not think that, but white power is still a fucking thing. And it's always going to be a fucking thing because this country cannot accept change. There are still members of the KKK. There are still people who are members of the Confederacy. There are still people who are Nazis. And there are still people who, I can't even talk about it anymore because it's pissing me off. There are still people who are doing things that are not okay. Nazis have no, like, you can't, you shouldn't get discriminated against all because you believe in a different religion. You shouldn't be discriminated against just because you are a different color. You shouldn't be discriminated against just because you're different from a different country. Discrimination should not be a thing. Violence should not be a thing. And yet, it's still happening. And that's what's pissing me off. I am sorry that this is turning into a really, really long video, but I had to rant. And I'm sorry that I yelled. But bigotry is not fucking acceptable, guys, okay? Be more accepting of difference. And if you have the feeling that you need to go kill somebody, go talk to somebody about it. Go to a fucking therapist. Or go to a psychiatrist, because that is not a normal thing to be thinking. Too many people have died within the past 72 hours. And for all we know, more people could die from this Orlando thing. Nobody deserves to die because of their religious beliefs. Nobody deserves to die because they are of a different race. Nobody deserves to die because they love somebody of the same sex. Nobody deserves to get killed, guys. Nobody. You don't deserve to get killed. Your neighbor doesn't deserve to get killed. Your pets don't deserve to get killed. Nobody deserves to get killed. Learn to be more accepting. And then maybe, just maybe, this country will be a better place. But until we accept difference, and until we don't go through and target specific races for the most dumbest reasons, we're fucked. We're fucked. Be more accepting, guys. That is all I'm fucking asking. Love one another, regardless on if you don't believe in, regardless on if you think homosexuality is a sin. Regardless on if you think transgender people are a sin. Regardless of anything. Just accept people and learn to be more accepting. Because, in all honesty, that's all that God wants. And I'm a pagan. I grew up a Catholic, and I know that that's all He wanted. He wanted acceptance. And we're fucking that up. And to the Orlando victims, if you see this, I'm so, so sorry that somebody had to be so hateful to kill somebody. To kill innocent people. And to Christina Grimmie's family, I'm sorry that somebody had to be so hateful to kill your daughter, your sister, your niece, your cousin. I'm sorry. So everybody else watching, you're amazing, you're smart, you're beautiful, you are talented. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And please, for the love of all that is good and sane in this world, be more accepting. Because no one deserves to get punished for being another religion, another color, or for loving somebody. They don't deserve to get punished for that. I'll see all of you guys in the next video.